My main task is here in the name of UXIA to say thanks for this wonderful conference. It really fits fully in what we imagine to be what a Scribani network with the support of UXIA can do. And the first thing that struck me enormously was that we could think big and have the courage to take small steps. Now, some of these steps are crucial to me. One is the mix that we had here, a mix of academic researchers, of concerned activists, and some were very active in that perspective, and of political decision making. That mix is a powerful mix that helps to change things. One of the big ideas I will remember from this conference is that imprisonment shouldn't be, as you said, Andrew, the default position. That we should learn to think differently. That we should learn that the burden of proof should be with the people who send people to prison, not with those who keep them out of prison. And how can we work on this? Because this is a changement in our minds. And I remember Mary Robinson in the beginning saying, we should reimagine our narratives. We should rebuild, and that's thinking big. We should rebuild our narratives. It's a public opinion debate. It is about how a society moves forwards. The questions we have had here are not only questions about prisons. The prisons are like the indicator of how our society is behaving and where our society stands. And one of the narratives, powerful narratives that I've heard over the past days sounding here is that of restorative justice and restorative practices, over against narratives that have been criticized by Wilkinson and narratives of income and social inequalities as basis of however complex that notion might be. So our debates have brought us to think about our societies and about how we live and which are the human values that are behind our societies. I liked very much that at a certain moment the small environment and community of the prison was brought to the foreground. We heard how the inmates, how the prison staff, and how the managers of prisons related to one another and what kind of values came to the surface there. I think the value of personal development, the value of human maturity, the self-confidence, the capacity to deal with oneself, but also the social abilities that reflect in our use of trust and in our use of power came forcefully to the surface. And they appeared most clearly there where the weakest people were concerned. We've talked about women, we've talked about children. And then we've been looking for alternatives, the small steps. But I will take from here mainly the collaborative effort of so many people from various perspectives, the transdisciplinary effort, I would say, and the daring to think big and to take small steps. So thank you very much for what was really a wonderful, wonderful Congress.